Falcon Zero here, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we are going to do a review on Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is a very different type of Mario game. It's made by Ubisoft and it's an RPG style kind of game. With its unique gameplay, let's see what Mario and his friends get into with this. Alright, so this is a turn-based strategy game that has you shooting your opponents. The game also has different modes. One would be destroy them all, reach the end, and sometimes you have to protect a character to get them to the finish line as well, such as Toad or Toadette, getting them to the finish line. In my opinion, this was an awesome take on a Mario game and a good way to mix up the traditional formula. Somehow Ubisoft just pulled this off, mixing the Rabbids with the Mushroom Kingdom, and it really worked. I was hesitant when I first heard about this game, but after minutes of playing, I was hooked and sucked into this. One aspect that made this game so great were the characters you got to pick from in the game. All the characters that you got to pick were so different that when you were picking your characters, it's like your whole strategy changed on the game based on what characters you were picking. You had Mario, who was with you on every single round, who was just great all around on all the things that he would perform. He was great with melee attacks, and he's good at shooting with his range. You have Peach, who can heal with her jump, and who is just a tank, by the way. To the brittle and frail Luigi, who was a sniper and usually ended up dying on my team unless I made him go hide in a corner. You also had Yoshi, who could do ground pounds when he would perform on his melee from a jump. And we cannot forget the Rabbids. We had Rabbid Luigi, who I would be using quite often with his vampire ability, which would take the health back from the enemies that he would be shooting. Rabbid Peach, who could heal your teammates if they were in range. Rabbid Mario, who had probably the best melee attack in the game. To Rabbid Yoshi, who is crazy and odd and just overall weird with his rubber ducky grenade and his machine gun that he would use. To differentiate the characters even more, you could edit their abilities in the skill tree. Here you could customize the way that they jump, how much health they have, how good are they at melee attacks, if they can double jump. You could customize every character in this skill tree here, and it would just differentiate them even more from the last character, giving you that different feel and new strategy that you'd go to into these battles. Also, with the weapons that you choose for each character also would influence that as well. You could get a weapon that does honey and you'd stick to the ground, or an ink, which would make it so they can't shoot you. Or do you want to get a bounce back and move them farther back on the board? You could do all these weapons with all these different characters to give you so many different solutions on how you wanted to set up your board and play this game. Overall, that was a great aspect, and I found that so fun to do all that customization in this game. One minor issue I did have with the game were the minigame and puzzles that you would do in here. As in the beginning of the game, they were fine, they were fun. You do unlock guns and concept art as you do these minigames and puzzles. But towards the end of the game, I was kind of getting a little bored of them, and they did seem a little redundant. It was not a huge deal, but I wish sometimes I could just skip them and go straight to the next battle. Overall, I thought this game was done extremely well. I loved the battling experiences, and I loved how easy the game started off in the beginning and kind of was a little bit of a tutorial. And then when you figure it out, the game just goes straight into it, and it gets pretty hard going into this game. The music was done beautifully, and it was designed by Grant Kirkhope, who had done previous titles with Nintendo, such as the Donkey Kong Country series on the Super NES and Banjo-Kazooie, along with countless other works as well. I definitely recommend this game if you like RPGs or are a fan of Mario and looking for a different experience. Out of 10, I'd have to give this an 8.8. This game is extremely fun to play, and go pick this game up. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and show me your moves.